as they defeat Oregon 42-20.
The game is over. The season is over. A college football playoff first national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are the college football champions for the 2014 season and go to the top of the college football world.
What a homecoming that must have been for both coach and quarterback yesterday. Buckeyes touching down back in Columbus, setting foot on that Ohio soil for the first time as national champions. All the more special for Cardale Jones and Urban Meyer, both of whom Ohio natives. Meyer sat down with John Saunders to talk about a coach's influence on his quarterback's influence as a role model, and the influence of Ohio on Ohio State's head coach in this SportsCenter conversation.
As a son of Ohio, talk about what it means to you to be able to come back to Ohio State and deliver this championship.
LeBron James just sent us a text message from his plane, and I just watched it on the way over here. I got a little choked up, and I am biased towards Ohio. I lived across this entire country, and I had the greatest experience growing up, John. I had great high school coaches, and I see some of these kids come from tough situations. I didn't. I learned the right things. It wasn't about me. It was about something greater than me. And that's what sports teach you, especially, football. And to see the great state of Ohio, because Ohio's had some of my towns, a lot of the industry's gone, and that town's done this. A lot of the population is down, and when LeBron says you don't realize how much this means to the great state of Ohio, LeBron James is sharing that with us. That's from the heart.
We said that the day after a championship, what had to be a dream season. So tell me how you feel today, now that you've had a little time to digest it.
I keep talking about Cardale Jones as a case study in this world of, because we all have children and we go through education, and what do you learn? I think what was taught to me by this football team needs to be taught to this country about selfless, about purpose-driven individuals, because it was an incredible experience.
You mentioned Cardale Jones as a case study. To come that far in 1 year or 2 years, and to do that in the last 3 weeks of the season, really to kind of wrap a bow around just how far you've come, had to be incredible.
Well, it's incredible, but I think we got to get deeper than that. You have to ask yourself why, and that's the whole case study. So it is incredible. You got Flo, his mom, you got Michelle, his mentor, and you got a guy named Teddy Ginn, who's a high school coach, a legendary man that just does so good for the Cleveland community and the inner city, and he's an asterisk. It's a horrible situation if those people aren't all aligned, because it was bad. It wasn't good. It was he was 1 foot out the door at Ohio State, and he had to go to prep school out of high school. So this is a journey that was not the silver spoon journey of doing everything that came easy to him. But why does an 18-year-old, 19-year-old start heading in the right direction? It's because those around him are all saying the same message. All it took is, because I've seen it, you have one knucklehead in that meeting and starts thinking about himself instead of that kid. That's an asterisk. That's a problem. And I can't wait. Every person I speak to, probably for the rest of my life, in those situations, he's going to be the poster child.
Well, it is our environment that creates who we are, right? That's what happens.
Absolutely, and it's the leaders, and that's all part of that whole leadership training that we put on 5, 6, 7 week sessions of how to respond to events and leadership training. And to hear Cardale, he still has the wristband on. And I said today, we're just having a glass of orange juice this morning before we came over here. I said, when did this happen? And he said, about the 3rd or 4th session we had in leadership training, we called it the Brotherhood of Trust this year. That's when it started to change, and I was like, that made you feel good. And I told Cardale right now, I said, every kid in the state of Ohio and across the country, if you say something stupid, your brand is out there. The impact that especially Cardale right now is going to have on youngsters across America who don't play football. But you just see, especially his journey, I think he's going to change lives. I really do.
More football when we come